Okay, Pythagorean identities. So remember, an identity is something that's always true, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So when we write the identities, you know them to be true, and you can use them for any x value. So on the unit circle, if I write that's pi over 6, right? No, pi over 3, 60 degrees. Those coordinates. Okay. We just took that quiz again. Okay. What does the x value stand for? And the y value? Sine. Okay. Let's put theta there. So that forms a triangle, correct?
Yeah.
The x value is cosine, and the y value is sine. That's a right triangle. What theorem can we use to define the sides of a right triangle? Yeah, the Pythagorean theorem, right? So we know this is true. Correct? You're good with that?
Sure.
Okay, can I insert this information into the Pythagorean theorem? What's x? Cosine? Y is sine, and z is the radius, which is in the unit circle 1, right? There's your first Pythagorean identity. So, again, we'll write it like this. That is the first Pythagorean identity. So that's where it comes from. That's how it's developed. Can I say that sine squared? So a lot of times you'll see this identity used like this. So sine squared, if I subtract cosine over here, right? Is that legal?
Yeah.
It's 1 minus cosine squared. A lot of times we're going to use that. It's this Pythagorean identity. It's just manipulated algebraically. Okay. So we'll use that, and we can also do cosine squared equals 1 minus sine squared. Right? Are you okay with that? Okay. So how can I use that? For now, let's say that if sine theta equals 1/2, calculate cosine. Yeah, it is. You're not always going to be given nice numbers. It's just an example here, right?
Why would sine be 1/2?
Because I said it was.
I thought it was always.
You thought it was always what?
I thought it always had to be cosine.
No.
Oh, we're not on the 60 degree thing?
No, this is a different. Yeah. Okay, so this is a problem you might see. You can use the Pythagorean identity here to find cosine. Right, so if I want to find cosine, I'm going to use this one. Plug a half in, do the math. Right, so sine is a half. That's 3/4, right? So 1/2 squared is a fourth. 1 minus a fourth is 3/4. And then we square root both sides. Get cosine equals √3 over 2. Okay. So one useful way. I would hope from the unit circle you automatically get to answer that. Right. We would need to do this. Why would I need to do this? Yeah, square rooting is squared. Right? Additionally, if you look at the unit circle, sine is a half in 2 spots, right? You need both of those values because I didn't bound this.
How would you bound it? Would you do
So
like a positive?
if you were to bound this, the question might say, if sine theta equals a half in the first quadrant, right? So if it were to say in the first quadrant, you're just going to use the positive value, right? Okay. Or if it said in the second quadrant, you would use the negative value. So, okay. Let's look at the other two Pythagorean identities, and then we'll be good. They are and cosecant. We're going to use those the same way we just used the other one. Right? I could say, here's secant, calculate tangent, right? Or I could say, here's cosecant, calculate cotangent, or any of those versions, right? Do you need me to show you one?
Yeah.
Okay. Hard one or an easy one?
Hard one.
Oh, well, I don't know if we have time for both.
Or you can make that.
You want to stay here during calculus?
Yes. Yeah.
To get out of my Spanish test.
Get out of the Spanish test. You would do calculus?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You just made me smile.
I won't be the best at it.
If
but better than Spanish.
cosecant is 4/3, calculate cotangent. So 4/3, we're going to use 4/3 for cosecant squared, right?
Can you square both of them right away?
No, because there's this pesky addition sign here.
I'm confused with the calculus.
So we have to do 16/9 minus 1. So 7 over 9. Is that right? Now you can square root it. So we get positive or negative root 7 over 3 equals cotangent theta. Okay.
Was that a hard one or an easy?
No, that was the easy version.
Oh.
Okay.
The hard version doesn't ask for cotangent, it asks for tangent.
So you have to,
Same process to get cotangent, right? Now you convert to tangent. So what's tangent?
cosine over sine, isn't
So you have cotangent,
For your first root 7.
it? Oh, okay.
right? And then 7.
Oh,
Make it a nice, pretty mathematical fraction. Okay, so easy version, they ask you directly what the Pythagorean identity spits out. It's only one more step to do the harder version. What the? Okay, now we're writing in blood. Right? Okay, so you're not given the direct equation in the question. So it'd be if cosecant equals 4/3 find tangent. So use this formula, then convert. Okay. So be wise about how those all relate to each other. That's all this exercise is, how things relate to each other. Okay? Questions?
can I give you the show up?
Yeah.
So I assigned 6 through 8, right? Oh, that's right. This paper's wrong. I think classroom says.
60, 63, 65, 63.
Yep.
9 through 11.
Oh, it's 9 through 11. And then the spiraling, right?
Yes.
60, 61, 65.
Okay, do Tuesday.
Like everything going through your head, like, what did I do?